What happens to Bitcoin in a global blackout? Imagine this. You wake up one morning, no lights, no cell service, no internet, no TV, no ATM, just silence. Across the planet, a synchronized collapse is underway. Power grids fail, communications vanish, satellites go quiet, a global blackout. For the first time in human history, the world is truly offline. The question that echoes in the minds of millions isn't just, how do I survive? But also, what happens to my money? And more specifically, what happens to Bitcoin? Is Bitcoin dead without the internet? Does the network vanish into the digital ether? Or is this moment the beginning of Bitcoin's ultimate test? To answer that, we have to strip Bitcoin down to its first principles. Bitcoin isn't a company, it isn't a government, it isn't even a website. It's a set of rules. Rules enforced by code, by math, by time. Bitcoin isn't running on a server. It runs on thousands, scattered across the world, each holding a full copy of the truth, the blockchain. But in a global power outage, most of those nodes go dark. Miners can't mine, users can't transact. The internet collapses like a bridge with no supports. So what really happens? The Bitcoin network pauses, not dies, pauses. Block production stops, transactions stop. The chain just freezes. And the strange part? That's perfectly okay, because Bitcoin isn't fragile. It's anti-fragile. It doesn't break, it waits. And when the power comes back on, the nodes reconnect, the chain resumes, the truth reconciles itself. Let's dig deeper. What happens immediately after the blackout begins? Centralized banks and fiat systems fail catastrophically. No access to your account, no record of your balance, no authority you can call, because they're all built on trust and electricity. Bitcoin, by contrast, is built on independence. If you had your private keys offline, on a hardware wallet, or even written on a piece of paper, you still own your Bitcoin, even in the dark. Ownership doesn't require power, only verification does. And when power returns, you don't have to beg a banker. You simply reconnect your wallet, and the network welcomes you back. Now picture this. After days or weeks of no internet, no money, and no leadership, power slowly returns to one region, then another. Nodes wake up, they sync with each other, and the Bitcoin network heals itself. Some nodes may be out of sync, some forks may have occurred, but Bitcoin's longest valid chain wins, just like it was designed to. You can't do that with a bank. You can't do that with Visa, but you can with Bitcoin. In that moment, the world witnesses something extraordinary, a monetary network that survived total darkness. Let's talk price, because if there's one thing markets hate, it's uncertainty. The price of Bitcoin in the short term would likely crash. Not because Bitcoin is broken, but because panic sets in. People would sell it for food, for fuel, for anything they could actually use in that moment. That's not a flaw in Bitcoin, that's human nature. But in the long run, when the dust settles, and people ask the question, what survived the blackout? The answer will echo across the world. Bitcoin did. And the next question will be, what didn't? Banks, payment apps, government systems, all of it would have to be rebooted from scratch. So what does Bitcoin look like after the blackout? Let's imagine people begin building local mesh networks, short-range signals to connect communities, Bitcoin transactions over ham radio, offline wallets, Bluetooth-based signing devices. Satellite nodes, like block streams, beam down blocks from space. No ISP required. Developers pivot, builders innovate. The Bitcoin protocol evolves. It becomes resilient by design. Not just to hackers, not just to governments, but to entropy itself. And when historians look back on the blackout, they won't ask why Bitcoin crashed. They'll ask why we didn't listen sooner. Because here's the truth. Bitcoin was never about price, or profit, or speculation. Bitcoin is about survival, sovereignty, a system that doesn't rely on permission, or infrastructure, or trust. It's not perfect, but it's still there when everything else fails. A blackout doesn't kill Bitcoin, it proves why it matters. And when the lights come back on, a new question arises. If Bitcoin could survive this, what else can it survive? If money is memory, then Bitcoin is the world's most durable memory, immutable, forgiving, and patient. So next time someone asks, what happens if the world goes dark? Tell them this. When the world goes dark, Bitcoin waits. And when the world wakes up, Bitcoin will still be there. If this made you rethink everything you believe about money, subscribe. Not for hype, not for price predictions, but for truth, from first principles.